Radio family listening to our live stream on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. I'm J.R. Gully in for Larry Marble for this Thursday, June the 18th of 2020. Our program today is brought to you by our friends at D&D Farm and Ranch on Interstate 10 in Seguin and always on the web 24/7, 365 at ddtexasoutfitters.com. Great to have you along on our live stream this afternoon, folks. If you're hearing me now, feel free to share this with all your friends on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. Share it so they can spread the word about Down on the Farm Radio and some good, positive ag news information, positive programming here on Down on the Farm Radio. Glad to have you along. Now let's go to some news we can use from the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network.
Dicamba clarification. I'm Jessica Dormel with the Midday Update on the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network. The Environmental Protection Agency has issued a clarification for U.S. farmers on use of dicamba after a 3-judge panel canceled its registration earlier this month. According to EPA, the cancellation order outlines limited and specific circumstances under which farmers can use their existing stock of the 3 affected dicamba products. The affected products are XtendiMax with Vapor Grip technology, Ingenia, and Fexapan. According to EPA, growers and commercial applicators may use their existing stocks of the 3 products. As long as it was in their possession as of June 3rd, they may use it until the July 31st cutoff date. The products must be used according to the prior approved label.
In Texas, there's pea-size hail and baseball-size hail. Guess which one hit our house? We didn't even know where to begin, but we called our Texas Farm Bureau insurance agent, and he was so reassuring. He knew exactly what to do to get our house back into shape and our lives back to normal. Now, we're even more thankful for the roof over our heads.
Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance today at tfbinsurance.com to insure your home for Texas-size weather. Coverage and discounts are subject to qualifications and policy terms and may vary by situation.
When we moved to Texas, we were like fish out of water. We didn't know anyone in our neighborhood until our Texas Farm Bureau insurance agent came to the house. She was so helpful and reassuring, a friendly face with that Texan hospitality I'd heard about. When we purchased a Texas Farm Bureau insurance policy, we knew we were making the right choice. We knew our family would be protected.
Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance today at tfbinsurance.com to find an insurance agent who's a true neighbor. Coverage and discounts are subject to qualifications and policy terms and may vary by situation.
For the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network, I'm Jessica Dormel.
Thank you, Jessica, and welcome back to Down on the Farm Radio, folks. I'm J.R. Gully in for Larry Marble here on a Thursday, June the 18th of 2020. Taking a look at the futures this hour, September corn is up 1.5 at 336, soybeans up 2.5 at 879, wheat down 3 at 491, KC hard red winter wheat down 1/4 at 440. West Texas Intermediate crude oil is up 49 cents at 38.70. August gold down 5 at 17.29. August live cattle down 87 cents at 95.97. Feeders down 85, 132.72. And number 2 December cotton down 4 cents at 59.96. Let's go now to Larry Marble in a livestock market preview report with Ken Jordan of Jordan Cattle Auction in San Saba.
We're on the line with Ken Jordan. Jordan Cattle Auction going to have a sale in San Saba. How's it going to look on Thursday, Ken?
You bet, Larry. We got right at 2,100 head already on the yards tonight. We got about 233 cows, and we got about, 22 bulls. That'll be Packer bulls. We got 30 bulls. That'll be bulls will be able to turn out. They're most all be virgin. I got about 10 really choice Herefords off the Pfluger Ranch. I've got 10 real good Charolais off the Mav Ranch or Running Bee. Then I've got 8 real good Angus bulls and a Bremer bull too. So those will be selling at 11:30, and it won't take us very long. We'll do about a bull a minute. We'll go into a few pairs, few bred cows we got consigned also. They'll be live on the internet just along with the bulls. So if you want to log on by 11:30, we'll crank the internet part up, and then we'll move on into our stocker feeder sale. A lot of choice calves, a lot of wean cattle. Cattle have shots and everything else. Kind of look for that 2,300, 2,400, Larry, for tomorrow's sale.
Tell everybody how to contact you.
You bet. Give us a call, area code 325-372-5159. And to log on tomorrow, go and look at the bulls and the running order and everything. We do have quite a few pictures of the bulls going to be there tomorrow. Go to jordancattle.com, Larry.
We're visiting with Scott Stanislav. He's a technical agronomist for DeKalb, Asgrow, and Delta Pine here in South Texas. Scott, I know at this time of year, grain mold can be a problem in South Texas sorghum. Have we seen that problem yet this year?
Yeah, we've actually had a few calls around some grain mold in sorghum. Really, this is prevalent when you have a lot of high humidity, warm weather, which is typical, obviously, down in South Texas this time of year. Sometimes you can see those genetic differences by hybrid and susceptibility to these different fungi that can cause varying levels of grain mold out in the field.
Scott, is there anything a grower can do to try to prevent grain mold in sorghum?
Yeah, I mentioned differences in hybrid susceptibility to grain molds. One thing a grower can do when we have heavy stink bug populations and things like that out in certain fields, you'll find pockets of fields that end up with more grain mold in them, where you can tell that those stink bugs have basically caused entry point into those seeds and been able to introduce grain mold. So controlling insects is definitely something that can help reduce that risk late in the season.
Scott Stanislav, technical agronomist for DeKalb, Asgrow, and Delta Pine in South Texas.
Time now for some livestock market reports. Let's go to Larry Marble.
We're on the line with Brian from Seguin Cattle Company. Brian, how'd the sale go?
Sale was good, Larry. Had a little over 700 head of cattle. I guess everybody's kind of getting wrapped up with some hay, and I guess we got time to move them. We're starting to see a little pressure on the plainer end of the cattle again, but I mean, all in all, the good cattle are still selling good, holding their own where they've been. 3 to 4 weight steers from $1.35 to $1.62. The 4 to 5 weights, $1.30 to $1.58. The 5 to 6 weights, $1.15 to $1.40. The 6 to 7 weight steers, $1.10 to $1.28. On the heifer end, the 3 to 4 weights, $1.20 to $1.55. 4 to 5 weights, $1.20 to $1.38. And the 5 to 6 weights, $1.12 to $1.32. Packer cows and bulls, market's unchanged on there. Top end of the cows brings 77 cents. Top end of the bulls, $1.04. So, if they're good high yielding animals, I mean, they'll still bring it off. Those pairs that we talked about yesterday, they brought from 1,050 up to 1,275. So all in all, I mean, cattle market is status quo.
Good. How about sheep and goats?
Can't find nothing wrong with it. I was talking to a fellow the other day, and he's like, why are goats so high compared to the Dorpers? I think so many people have switched over to Dorpers instead of goats because of the maintenance. And, the good kids are bringing $2.90, $3 a pound. Next week, I'm guessing weather allow. I mean, if it doesn't get too hot too fast, I mean, there's still lots of cattle out there that needs to be cleaned up. So I think we'll have a good run again next week. And as of now, we're planning on having a sale on July the 1st. That would be, we will not be closed for 4th of July, but I mean, we will talk about that next week. Make sure all the buying companies are in.
All right. Well, tell everybody how to contact you.
Hey, give us a call at 830-379-9955, or you can give me a call on my cell at 830-305-0652.
PMI, Pipe, Steel, and Supplies, San Antonio, Hondo, High, Robstown, and Kerrville.
Don't forget Laredo and Jourdanton.
Pipe, structural steel, valves, fittings, culverts, purlins, fencing, rebar, and supplies. PMI, Pipe, Steel, and Supplies, 210-223-PIPE. Visit their website, pipemovers.com. Call 210-223-7473. PMI, Pipe, Steel, and Supplies, San Antonio, Hondo, High, Robstown, and now Kerrville,
as well as Laredo and Jourdanton.
At pipemovers.com. That's PMI, Pipe, Steel, and Supplies.
We're on the line with Jim Wheeler, Atascosa Livestock Pleasanton. Jim, how did our Tuesday sale turn out?
We ended up with 357. The steer and heifer number have grown apart again, about half as many heifers as there was steers, so people are starting to keep them again.
Right.
But we have been blessed with lots of rain around here. We're in good shape.
Good. Walk the pens with us.
All right, 172 steers, 86 heifers, 86 cows, and 9 bulls. Steer side, 2 to 3 weights, $1.30 to $1.55. Heifers were $1.25 to $1.40. 3 to 4 weight steers, $1.30 to $1.50. Heifers were $1.20 to $1.35. 4 to 5 weight steers, $1.25 to $46. Heifers were $1.15 to $1.32. 5 to 6 weight steers, $1.15 to $1.41. Heifers were $1 to $1.27. 6 7 weight steers, $1.05 to $1.27. Heifers were $90 to $1.10. 7 to 8 weight steers, $95 to $1.23. Heifers were $75 to $1. 8 to 9 weight steers, $70 to $1.03, and the heifers were $65 to $80.
How much did they have on cows?
$1.30 this week, same as it was last week. Best packer cow brought 70.5. Best bull brought 96.50. Pretty good bred cows this week. They brought anywhere from 600 up to 1,300, and we had 3 or 4 pairs. They brought from 1,100 to 1,225.
What do you know for next week?
I got one man going to ship about 45 be heifers and steers. They're weaned. He ran them on oats, and it kept raining, so he put them on a coastal patch. They're going to weigh from 7, probably on the light end, probably up to 8, pretty close to 8.
I'm guessing that y'all will probably sell, each side of the 4th of July holiday?
I believe the 4th of July falls on Saturday.
Right.
And the next Tuesday, we are not going to have a sale.
Okay, good deal.
Everybody will be partying for the 4th of July all weekend, and
yep.
I don't think we'll have many cattle.
I understand. Jim, tell everybody how to contact you.
Reach us at 830-281-2516.
Neighbor, did you know, combined with the truss department, insulation department, and millworks department, just 3 of the departments there at MG Building Materials, they've got the ability to deliver an entire building package from a single supplier. They are truly your one-stop shop. They have 5 locations around South and Central Texas. Let's count them down right quick. Pleasanton, Kerrville, San Antonio, Corpus Christi, and Uvalde. MG Building Materials, your one-stop shop. MGBuildingMaterials.com. We're on the line with Kelly Thigpen, Pearsall Livestock. Kelly, how'd the sale turn out?
Oh, I had a good sale, Larry. Ended up with 687 head of cattle. Looked like that market today on those packer cows and bulls was pretty well steady. Could have been a hair softer than what it was last week. Upper 60s, 68 or 9 on the best packer cow. Bulls looked pretty good. Had some really good bulls, up to 96 on the best bull today. Had a few stocker cows in the mix, and they sold well. All the better end of the pairs bring from 1,400 to 1,500. Had a few bred cows as well, kind of 700 on the plainer end up to 1,100 on the better end of them. And then on the calf and yearling deal, it was pretty well steady. Some classes you could have called up a little bit, maybe some down a hair, but just pretty well steady overall. So had some good calves, had some plainer calves, but overall I thought we got along pretty good.
Good. Do you know anything for next week?
Not as of right now. I'm sure I'll be getting some calls over the weekend, but expecting a decent run if weather holds out.
Are y'all going to be open on the 1st?
No, sir. We are going to be closed down on the 1st.
All right. Well, tell everybody how to contact you.
You can call us at the office, 830-334-3653. My mobile number is 830-334-1047. Look us up on the website at PearsallLivestock.com.
I'm Larry Marble from Down on the Farm, and we're with Levi Anderson. Levi, the Stay Tough product is a great seller at D&D, and you've got some high fence specials, don't you?
Absolutely, Larry. We have 2096 deer wire that we're running on special for $349 this spring. It's going to be good through the end of June or while supplies last.
Tell everyone how to get a hold of you for this particular product at D&D.
You can reach one of our friendly staff here at the store, 830-379-7340.
We appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you, kind sir.
We're on the line now with Chris Carter of Karnes County Livestock Exchange down Kennedy Way. Chris, I know you like to thank your customers and your buyers.
You got it, JR. We do want to thank all of you for your consignments and to our buyers. Last week, we ended up with 548 head of cattle. The market was steady on the packers and the heavier calves, but a little softer on the 400 and lighter weights. Just want to let everybody know we will not be having a sale this year on July 2nd.
All right, very good. Let's walk the pins from last week's sale, Chris.
Number 1 steers, 2 to 3 weight, 157 to 177. 3 and 4s, 149 to 169. 4 and 5 weights, 135 to 154. 5 and 6s, 123 to 149. 6 and 7s, 115 to 135. And the 7 and 8 weights, $1.15 to 125. On the heifers, 2 to 3 weight, 150 to 161. 3 and 4s, 131 to 162. 4 and 5 weights, 127 to 138. 5 and 6s, 119 up to 165. 6 and 7s, 107 to 125. And the 7 and 8 weights, 92 to 97. We had 9 packer bulls. High yielding was 85 to 90, and the medium 75 to 78. 63 packer cows. High yielding was 62 up to 68, medium 49 to 55, and the low end 32 to 38. We did not have a test on bred cows. We did have 8 pair last week. On the better end, we had one bring 1110, and the planted ones brought from 750 to 850.
All right, what you got caught for this week's sale?
Well, at the present time, we've got 380 head checked in right now, and we're looking for about 500 come sale time. In our count, we've got 48 packer cows and bulls, 1 pair, 4 to be palpated, and the rest are yearlings. Again, we will not have a sale on July 2nd.
All right, no sale July 2nd there at Karnes County Livestock Exchange in Kennedy. Chris Carter, give us your contact information.
If you have any questions or in need of any of our services, please call Wayland Rouse at 361-542-0810 or myself at 210-286-5345.
Neighbor, I want to remind you about my friends Stephen and Terry Lehman at Lehman Pipe and Cattle. They've got used sucker rod in 5/8, 3/4, 7/8, and 1 inch, and they've got used oil field pipe, the #1 structural, straight, no holes, splits, or heavy scale, 2 3/8, 2 7/8, 3.5, 4.5, 5.5, 6 5/8, 7 5/8, 10 3/4, and 16 24-inch diameters. Also, from time to time, they see some #2 pipe available at a reduced price. Truckload discounts and delivery also available. They also have cattle guards. They make them from 10-foot wide to 30-foot wide, depending on the customer's needs and wants, with or without wings or cross gates. Also, the heavy-duty concrete beams to set them on. Stephen and Terry Lehman, Lehman Pipe and Cattle. Email them at lehmanpipe@gmail.com or call Stephen at 979-966-3447 or Terry at 979-820-8155. That's Stephen and Terry Lehman, Lehman Pipe and Cattle. We're on the line with Wayne Geiswhite, Gillespie Livestock, Fredericksburg. Wayne, how'd the cattle sell?
Had a good sale day, Larry. Had 1,300. Cow market was, steady, maybe $1 or so cheaper, but maybe it's the quality of cows we had too today. But, the better cows should bring in the 60s with a few up to 70. I had a lot of bred cows that were older bred cows that we weighed, and most of those range from 60 to 65, 6 or 7, which kind of helped the market. They wouldn't have yielded that much, but we had some people buying some of these cows, and they're going to use the calves for blood, so that helped that out quite a bit. The bull market, up to close to $1. I don't think we got $1, but 97 or 8 on some pretty good bulls. Didn't have a real high yielding bull like we did last week. Calf market, they call the steers strong, and the heifers probably $2 to $5 higher. Better steers still to get 6 weights up to 137 or 8, 5 weights up to close to 150, 4 weights in the mid 160s, and 3 weights up close to 170, 75. Didn't have any of those right on top of 300, but still sold some 385-pound steers up to 170, so that was pretty good on all ends. The yearling steers mostly 110 to 120, with 115 kind of the average. Looks like the heifers, those heifers, 4-weight heifers up in the 140s, 5 weights up in the 130, 35, so up close to 140, 6 weights up to 115, 7 weights up to 105, and that's mostly all calves. A few yearlings might have brought a little more than that.
All right.
But all the buyers showed up, quite a little bit more activity. It's really helped the market and made it a whole lot easier for me as a starter to just kind of sit back and let it roll.
Right. Now, sheep and goats next week, what do you say?
Well, Larry, we're not going to have a sale on June 30th and July 1.
Right.
Buyers will be probably doubling up next week.
Right.
So you got any sheep and goats? Well, you might have an opportunity here to really get a good market. But the market's been so good, just don't delay selling your sheep and goats because waiting for better days because it's so good right now that we're really excited about it.
Right.
Cattle sale, I don't expect it to be quite as big as this week, just because it is the last week before a holiday. But should have a good run.
Tell everybody how to contact you, Wayne.
Larry, we're at 830-997-4394.
We're talking with Scott Stanislav, technical agronomist for DeKalb, Asgrow, and Delta Pine in South Texas. Scott, I hear that you're getting a few calls on southern rust in corn.
One of the main things to remember about southern rust is that it's only on the upper surface of the leaf and is really that more red-orange color to it as opposed to common rust, which you may see early on in the season, which is more brick red and is actually on both sides of the leaves.
Scott, when would a grower need to put out a fungicide if they have a problem with southern rust?
Yeah, so what to look for would be if you're finding those southern rust pustules on really about 5% of the leaf area on 50% of the plants in the field. And it also depends on the stage of the corn. So a lot of times Southern Rust comes in late when the corn's already starting to dent. And usually once the corn is starting to dent, a fungicide application usually is not warranted. But if you're in the milk stage or earlier, it definitely warrants putting out a fungicide.
Scott Stanislav, technical agronomist for DeKalb, Asgrow, and Delta Pine in South Texas.
Taking a look now at the port grains, courtesy of John Tuggle, 800-288-4453 to market your grain at the port. Milo, Corpus Christi, December plus 85, 764. Houston, Dece plus 110, 808. Progresso calls it 680. Number 2 or better yellow corn delivered to Corpus Christi, September even money, 335. Hard red winter wheat, Corpus Christi, July plus 85, 517. Houston, July plus 120, 552. That is all of our time for now. For podcasts of our shows, livestock market reports, and lots more, visit our website at downonthefarmradio.com. And don't forget about our live podcast, streamed on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter at 12:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. Have a great day. For Down on the Farm Radio, I'm J.R. Gully.